afternoon. You're watching Live Wire and I'm Swati Joshi. The Supreme Court has disapproved a January 2026 judgment that denied bail to Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam in the 2020 Delhi riots case, noting they spent over 5 years in jail without trial. The bench cited earlier rulings that prolonged detention is a valid ground for bail. The court also granted bail to Jammu and Kashmir narco-terror accused Syed Iftikhar Andrabi, stressing that bail is the rule, jail is the exception, and smaller benches cannot override larger bench rulings. So the Supreme Court has in fact highlighted that it's been 5 years that Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam have been behind the bars, but they've still not been given a bail, despite the fact that the trial has not even started. Bail is rule, jail is exception. The court has disapproved a Jan 2026 judgment that denied bail to Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam. And this is in connection to the 2020 Delhi riots case. The court noted that both these individuals spent over 5 years in jail without trial. The bench also cited earlier rulings that prolonged detention is a valid ground for bail. So Supreme Court in fact has questioned the Jan 26 order that denied bail to Sharjeel and Umar Khalid. We have a reaction coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party. The BJP has issued a response on the Supreme Court questioning bail denial. BJP says politics is not required as judgment is yet to come. The BJP says a certain lobby is celebrating what the court has said, that bail is a rule and jail is the exception. Celebrating to bear in mind, people in these cases, the accused are charged with heinous crime, particularly acting against the country, and that law will take its own course. That's the reaction coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party.
There is no reason for any politics on this. The judgment is still not out. However, those from the certain vested interest lobbies who are sort of celebrating on this would have to also bear in mind that the people in these cases are those who have been charged with very, very heinous crimes, particularly acting against the interests and security of the state, which may be in terms of narco-terrorism, maybe in the terms of terrorism, or in the other cases of Delhi riots. So I don't know what are they celebrating about.
All right, so you heard the BJP's reaction saying that a certain lobby is celebrating. They should not forget that there are serious charges against the individuals in the heinous crime that has been committed. We have our legal editor Harish joining us on the broadcast with more details. Harish, in 2026 bail was denied to Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid, and now the Supreme Court in fact has disapproved of that development. The Supreme Court says that it's been 5 years that the individuals have been behind bars and there's no trial even.
Yes, that's right, Swati. It's not very normal. It's a very rare instance where a two-judge bench questions the judgment of another two-judge bench. Today, in fact, a bench of Justices B.V. Nagaratna and Ujjal Bhuyan was, while granting bail to an accused in a high-profile narco-terrorism case based in Jammu Kashmir, as he had spent almost 6 years in jail. So, while granting bail to Syed Iftikhar Andrabi, the Supreme Court bench touched upon the January 2026 judgment of bench of Justices Arvind Kumar and A.V. Anjaria, in which bail was denied to Umar Khalid and Sharjeel Imam. In that case, the Supreme Court had said that there is prima facie evidence that they were the prime master brain and also the brain behind the entire riots. But the Supreme Court bench today saying that, citing that there is a judgment of the three-judge bench in a case where it was said that in cases of prolonged incarceration and undue delay in commencement of trial, the three-judge bench had said that an accused is entitled to bail. So in this case, today's judgment, the Supreme Court has said that it was wrong on a part of a two-judge bench to circumvent, ignore, dilute or disregard the judgment in the three-judge bench in Najib case. Supreme Court had very clearly said that in cases where there is a delay in trial or delay in commencement of trial or prolonged incarceration, an accused is entitled to bail. Bail should be the norm, and jail should be an exception, even in UAPA cases.
Harish, so stay on with us. There's politics on the issue as well. We heard what the BJP had to say, attacking individuals who the BJP says is already celebrating the verdict. BJP says there's a certain lobby has forgotten about the charges against these individuals. Now we have a reaction coming in from the Congress. The Congress party has responded to the development. Congress says it is against the constitutional norms that someone's bail is getting rejected on the basis of religion. So the Congress party is injecting the communal angle. We have a reaction from Rajendra Pal Gautam on this.
अब धर्म देखकर अगर उसकी बेल को रिजेक्ट करेंगे तो ये बेहद शर्मनाक है। ये तो संविधान की मूल भावना के खिलाफ है। ठीक है, जब आप अभी तक ट्रायल शुरू नहीं कर पा रहे, इसका मतलब कोई सफिशिएंट जो इनक्रिमिनेटिंग एविडेंस रिकॉर्ड पे अवेलेबल नहीं है। अगर अवेलेबल होते तो अब तक ट्रायल शुरू हो चुका होता। अब आपने फंसा दिया सब। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की गुंडागर्दी और तानाशाही का नतीजा है कि वो चुन चुन के एक विशेष धर्म के लोगों को, विशेष जाति के लोगों को प्रताड़ित कर रही है, उन पे झूठे केस बना रही है, जेल में डाल रही है।
We have Mr. Rashid Alvi of the Congress joining us in the broadcast. Rashid Alvi ji, your first reaction on what the court has said. Can you hear me? Okay, I believe we've lost that line with Mr. Rashid Alvi. We'll try and connect with him again. But you heard Rajendra Pal Gautam of the Congress who says that these individuals have been denied bail because of their religion. So Rajendra Pal Gautam of the Congress, they're injecting the communal angle, the religious angle. He says this is against constitutional norms. Their bails are being denied, according to him, on the basis of their religion. Let's take a look at the observations that have come in from the court. This is Supreme Court's big message on UAPA. Observation number 1, even under UAPA, bail is the rule. Jail is the exception, says the Supreme Court. Observation number 2, section 43D5, subject to Article 21. Number 3, UAPA can't justify indefinite incarceration. These are the observations. Let's go back to Mr. Rashid Alvi. He's with us on the broadcast now. Your first reaction, Mr. Alvi?
You know, it is very unfortunate. Supreme Court has contradicted its own observation. Supreme Court is Supreme Court. We don't have concern who is the judge, who is not the judge. Ultimately, Supreme Court, whatever judgment or advice is being given by Supreme Court, everybody has respect. Now it is very specific that Supreme Court says it was not good at all, whatever has happened with Mr. Khalid. And you know, for last 5-6 years, he is behind the bars. Not only he, his friends, almost 5-6 persons, they are behind the bars. Even trial has not been started so far. And even Supreme Court has rejected their bail. And not only this, you can't come back till 1 year. What is this? You know, people have respect for judiciary. But the way judges are behaving, question mark is being put before
Mr. Alvi,
the judiciary.
BJP has also responded to this. BJP says let the judgment come in, let the entire judgment come in. They're saying that there are people who are already celebrating, completely forgetting about the charges against these individuals. How do you respond to that?
You know, as far as BJP is concerned, I think everybody knows, you know better than me, that what is the approach of Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS people. Yesterday they were talking that nobody should talk with Pakistan. Now RSS saying that we should open dialogue with Pakistan. You know, but you can't trust Bharatiya Janata Party and RSS leaders.
All right, Mr. Alvi, thank you very much for speaking with us. Mr. Rashid Alvi says you cannot trust the Bharatiya Janata Party. We're moving on, shifting our focus to the state of West Bengal. We're getting some breaking news. Didi era scheme abolished by Suvendu Sarkar. Big decisions there being taken by the Suvendu government in the state of West Bengal. Let's move on. Let's shift our focus to the breaking input.